Good evening. It's just gone 6 o'clock. I'm sorry we're a few seconds late on Saturday the 19th of November. We have had a few technical difficulties this afternoon, so I'm hoping everything will work fine for this evening. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. And in the news this week, detectives are investigating a spate of courier fraud offences throughout Dorset. Now, this is quite a serious story, and issuing advice to prevent others becoming a victim. Since Wednesday the 2nd of November, there have been 11 reported offences of fraud where sadly 5 victims have been defrauded of a total of £72,000. Now, officers from Weymouth CID are investigating this latest crime series with the support of the Force's Economic Crime Unit and a fraud triage team. Detective Superintendent Stuart Dipple of County LPA Investigations and Performance said the current scam is that offenders contact a potential victim pretending to be police officers or a member of bank staff. They either state that they have a suspect in custody who has been using your bank details, or that your bank account has been compromised, with bank staff being involved and corrupt. They quite often know which bank you bank with and will know at least your surname. They will keep you on the telephone sometimes for hours, or they will bombard you with a number of telephone calls over a number of hours. They will then ask you to assist with their investigations and will request you to go to the bank and withdraw several £1,000s. They will ask you to keep this to yourselves, as if you tell anyone it will jeopardise the investigation. On your return home with the money, they will ask you to read out some of the serial numbers on the notes, and they will tell you that the notes are counterfeit. They will then do one of two things. They will ask you to wrap up the notes and sometimes place them into a box, and they will give you an address to send the package to, or they will send a courier person to your home who will be part of the scammers team. They will give you a password and the courier will tell you when picking up the package. Now, key things to remember are: the police or bank will never ask you to assist an investigation in this way. The police and bank will never ask you to remove money from your account or to transfer money from your account elsewhere. And the police or bank will never attend your address to pick up bank cards or cash. So just be on your alert. It is happening in Dorset, it is happening in our part of Dorset, and several people unfortunately have lost large amounts of money. Courier fraud remains a national issue, and as these incidents over recent days show, we keep experiencing them again and again in our county, with 66 reports so far this year in Dorset. So if you think you have been a victim of courier fraud, report it to Dorset Police straight away, and also report it to Action Fraud. That's the National Police Fraud Service on www.actionfraud.police.uk, or their telephone number is 0300 123 2040. And I think the message with this story and lots of other things going on at the moment is you do need to be alert. You do need to be alert. If things don't seem quite right, they possibly aren't, and it's okay to say no. Nobody will get angry with you if you refuse to do anything if they are legitimate. Now, up to 34% of staff employed are affected by bullying at work, a survey has revealed. The 14th to 18th of November 2022, which we're just missed, obviously it's just gone this week, was National Anti-Bullying Week in the UK, and Dorset Anti-Bullying Service is a not-for-profit project which was set up in 2017 and continues to support adults affected by bullying, whether current or historic. Now, a poll carried out by YouGov for the TUC and released in October 2015 with a sample size of almost 2,000 people revealed that nearly a third of people, 29% in fact, have been bullied at work. Women are more likely to be targets of bullying than men, with 34% of women being targets of bullying and 23% of men. The highest prevalence of workplace bullying is amongst those 40 to 59-year-olds, where 34% of people are affected. Now, during the past 2 years, the number of people seeking help from the Dorset Anti-Bullying Service has dropped significantly, and they want to raise awareness of this issue of adult bullying in the workplace, relationships and communities, and let people know that support is available. Now, Alison Fox, who you can see on the screen, is the founder of Dorset Anti-Bullying Service, known as DABS for short, and it's a not-for-profit project. She said, "Our vision is to provide confidential information, support and training for anyone affected directly or indirectly by bullying at any time." Now, you can get in touch with DABS and with Alison via their website, www.dabsonline.org, by their telephone number 07714 762 012, or you can email them at info@dabsonline.org, info@dabsonline.org, www.dabsonline.org, or that telephone number again, 07714 762 012. A project which will help vulnerable women in Dorset has come one step closer to realisation. Dorset Council has appointed BCHA, a charitable housing association based in the southwest, to lead the PAUSE programme. PAUSE is a national evaluated programme which works with women who have experienced or are at risk of repeated pregnancies that result in their children needing to be removed from their care. The programme aims to give women the opportunity to pause and take control of their lives, breaking the destructive cycle that causes both them and their children deep trauma. It supports them to develop new skills and responses that can help them create a more positive future. The PAUSE programme is delivered in local areas by PAUSE practices, which are partnerships with local authorities or voluntary sector organisations. Now, the PAUSE programme in Dorset will officially launch in early 2023. But if you want more information at the moment, you can look at the PAUSE programme website at pause, that's pause.org.uk. A new road safety initiative is being launched by during this Road Safety Week by Dorset and Wiltshire Fire and Rescue Service, using virtual reality to help young people understand the consequences of their behaviour when driving. SDSA 360 VR provides a follow-up to the established Safe Drive Stay Alive education programme. The service is leading on the scheme on behalf of the Wiltshire and Swindon Road Safety Partnership and the Dorset Road Safety Partnership, and it is sponsored by sustainable mobility specialist Arval UK. The technology will be showcased at the company's UK headquarters in Swindon and to members of the Swindon Wildcats team who are also taking part in the immersive launch experience. Dorset and Wiltshire Fire and Rescue Road Safety Partnership Manager Christine Sharma said, "Every year students from years 11 to 13 are invited to view the emotive Safe Drive Stay Alive presentation. This new initiative is available for teachers to deliver to students they feel may benefit from a more immersive, practical session. The lesson ties in with the Personal, Social, Health and Economic Curriculum, PSHE, curriculum and the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, and will be available to schools on request as long as students have already seen the Safe Drive Roadshow either online or in person." To book the virtual reality session, teachers should contact their local road safety coordinator, and that is Hannah Lynch for Dorset and Bournemouth and Christchurch and Poole councils areas, and that is at hannah.lynch@dwfire.org.uk. That's hannah.lynch@dwfire.org.uk. Now, with UK wildlife in decline, pollinators including insects, bees and butterflies are being thrown a lifeline thanks to Weymouth Town Council's Wildflower Planting Project. Under the Wildflower Weymouth project, wildflower seeds have been sown at several areas of grassland across the town to create new wildlife habitats that will pop with colour next spring when the flowers start to bloom. Areas to benefit include Bincleys, Luvio Road in Littermore, Radipole Park Gardens, Ryemead Open Space, The Marsh, Tumbledown Community Assets, Wyke Recreation Area, Pottery Lane, Bowleys Cove, Links Road, St Nicholas Churchyard and All Saints Churchyard here in Wyke. In total, an area the size of 5 football pitches has been sown using specialist sewing equipment, along with hand sewing the smaller areas across the town with volunteers and community groups. And to mention a couple of those groups, Dorset Abilities Group have helped to sow the wildflower seeds on the marsh. They prepared the site by raking and then spread a wildflower mix between the path and the hedge, which will provide nectar for bees and butterflies next spring. And you can see on the screen volunteers from All Saints Church in Wyke Regis helped to prepare the ground and sow the wildflower seeds in part of the churchyard. Now, staying with wildlife, this Christmas Dorset Wildlife Trust are offering the perfect gift for both people and wildlife with their red squirrel, seahorse and barn owl adoptions. With so many of us looking for gifts that don't include excessive packaging or plastic, these are the perfect choice for an environmentally friendly Christmas. These exclusive adoptions include a digital adoption certificate and a selection of fascinating facts about your chosen animal. What's more, 100% of the adoption fee goes into vital work protecting these species and their habitats in Dorset. Now, there are only around 200 red squirrels living on Brownsea Island in Poole Harbour. Funds from these adoptions will contribute towards maintaining their habitat on the island, while proceeds from the barn owl adoptions will contribute to conservation work on nature reserves, including Lawton Meadows in Weymouth, where a popular barn owl webcam has kept track of barn owls nesting, breeding and fledging for several years. In Dorset, we are privileged to have 2 species of seahorses. Proceeds from seahorse adoptions will support the incredible work of the Dorset Marine Conservation Fund to help safeguard our beautiful coastlines and the maritime wildlife that lives there. It's more important than ever to protect endangered species in Dorset, and everyone can do their bit this Christmas. If you want to find out more about Dorset Wildlife Trust's adoption schemes, pop along to their website at www.dorsetwildlifetrust.org/adoptions. That's www.dorsetwildlifetrust.org.uk/adoptions. Now, comments have been made this week by the local community in Weymouth about steel handrails that have appeared on Weymouth Town Bridge. Weymouth Town Bridge is currently undergoing repairs, and Dorset Council have reported that the handrails are a temporary fixture put in place to replace previous safety fencing that was on the bridge at the start of the works, and they have said that they will be removed at the end of the refurbishment. Although, according to reports, they were considering leaving the handrails there for a more permanent period of time. Local residents have said that the handrails are not in keeping with the bridge, which is almost 100 years old. Also, not far from the bridge, concern has also been expressed about the former council offices on North Quay in Weymouth that remain empty and derelict and are costing over £100,000 a year to keep them empty. Various proposals for use of the site have been tabled since the council vacated the premises, but no works have started. The latest proposals tabled back in January were supported by government funding to help put proposals and plans together, but there does not seem to have been much progress yet. On a more positive note, and returning to gardens and flowers, a work undertaken at the Peace Garden in Barrack Road near the Noath Gardens in Weymouth has been awarded the Royal Horticultural Society It's Your Neighbourhood Level 4 Thriving Award. Judges said the Peace Garden is an area of quiet reflection and relaxation. The mix of carefully designed areas such as the labyrinth, the concrete block seats and the lovely arched walkway are seamlessly blended with the canopy of shady trees and the more natural garden areas. Planting of agapanthus, Shasta daisies, roses, daylilies and grasses all cope with this year's dry season. Of course, I would say that was probably written back in the summer, it not being so dry now. The curved design invites visitors to explore the garden and enjoy the different moods it offers. So well done to everybody involved with the Peace Garden there at the Noath. Now, officers investigating criminal damage in Weymouth are appealing for witnesses or anyone with information to come forward. It was reported at about 5:30 p.m. on Monday the 14th of November, that's this Monday just gone. 2 people on a moped turned up at an address in Corporation Road, Weymouth, and one of them threw a rock through a window. Police Constable Harry Chaplin of Weymouth Police said thankfully nobody was injured during the incident. We are conducting a number of inquiries in order to find those responsible, and I'm appealing for anyone with information or witnesses to the incident itself to come forward. Now, staying with Dorset Police, officers are also investigating a series of burglaries at 2 hotels in Weymouth, and they are issuing CCTV images of 2 men they would like to identify, and you can see those images on the screen. As usual, unfortunately the images are not brilliant because it is CCTV and it's not high resolution, but it may give you the opportunity to say, yes, I do recognise somebody there. Now, between 6:15 p.m. and 7:30 p.m. on Tuesday the 25th of October, it's reported that entry was gained to 9 hotel rooms within the Royal Hotel and the Hotel Rex on the Esplanade. It is reported that during the dinner service the rooms have been broken into and cash and jewellery were stolen. Police Constable Bryce Scott Jones of Weymouth Neighbourhood Policing Team said, as part of my inquiries, I have obtained CCTV images of 2 men I would like to identify, and I would ask anyone who recognises them to please get in touch. I'm also keen to hear from anyone else who was staying in the area on that night and was the victim of a similar burglary that has not been reported to police. Finally, if you were staying in either the Hotel Rex or the Royal Hotel and witnessed any suspicious activity, please contact Dorset Police. Now, as ever, those contact numbers are 101 by telephone, or if you wish to contact Dorset Police anonymously to give information, you can do that through the Crime Stoppers charity on 0800 555 111. That's 0800 555 111. Now, there's going to be a by-election in the Wey Valley seat for Weymouth Town Council, and this will take place on Thursday the 8th of December. 3 candidates are standing in the election, and the polls will be open between 7 a.m. and 10 p.m. on the day of the election. The candidates who have notified that they are standing are Matt Bell for the Liberal Democrats, Louis O'Leary, Local Conservatives, and Kay Wilcox for the Labour Party. Now, in the run-up to Christmas, there will be free parking on selected days in late November and December at some car parks in the Dorset Council and the Weymouth Town Council area. To encourage residents to support local businesses by shopping locally and attending events, free parking will be available on Small Business Saturday, which takes place on the 3rd of December this year. Small Business Saturday is a grassroots and non-commercial campaign which highlights small business success and encourages consumers to shop local and support small businesses in their community. Now, across the Dorset Council area, Dorset Council is offering free parking on the first Saturday of December, that's the 3rd of December, in Bedminster, Blandford, Bridport, Dorchester, Gillingham, Lyme Regis, Shaftesbury, Sherborne, Sturminster Newton, Wareham, Weymouth and Wimborne. Please note though that on-street parking charges and private car park charges will still apply. Now, Weymouth Town Council has given us information of a slightly wider scheme, and they have successfully applied to Dorset Council to allow free parking in the Weymouth Town Council area on Saturday the 26th of November, Saturday the 3rd of November, which is covered by the previous message and all those other towns, and Wednesday the 28th of December. That's Saturday the 26th of November, Saturday the 3rd of December and Wednesday the 28th of December. Now, participating town centre car parks will include the Pavilion Forecourt, the old council offices on North Quay, Governor's Lane, Cousins Quay, Harbourside, Melcombe Regis, Park Street and the Swannery. So a really good opportunity to get out, do some Christmas shopping and to support your local businesses in Weymouth Town with some free parking there. Now, if you or your organisation can help the Mayor spread some Christmas joy in the town this year, Weymouth Town Council would love to hear from you. With the support of Weymouth and Portland Lions Club, Councillor Anne Weaving, Mayor of Weymouth, is on the lookout for organisations to donate to the annual Christmas Fund appeal. Last year's fund raised £700, which was shared between food banks, the Lantern Trust, the Salvation Army, Soul Foods and Dorset Echo's Toy Appeal and the Veterans Hub. For more details on how to make a donation, please email mayor@weymouthtowncouncil.gov.uk, mayor@weymouthtowncouncil.gov.uk. Now, cheques can be made payable to the Mayor's Christmas Fund and sent to the Mayor's Christmas Fund, Weymouth Town Council, Commercial Road, Weymouth, DT4 8NG. Excuse me. And finally, Weymouth and Portland Lions Club's annual variety show is coming this week on Tuesday, that's the 22nd of November, at the Weymouth Pavilion with curtains up at 7:30 p.m. Now, Lions Club President Julie Story said it's lovely to once again welcome everyone to the theatre to enjoy an evening in the company of Weymouth and Portland Lions Club and all the wonderful performers who give their time and talents to provide a fabulous evening of entertainment. Lions Club show chairman Norman Stagel said this year's lineup is as strong as ever. As a club, we're grateful to the artists and performers and singers and dancers for giving up their time for free for the benefit of the community. And this year's acts include The Decadettes, Let's Dance, Wow, Alistair Dean, Replay, Anna Norman, Tony Lowe. Tickets are once again available at £5 each, an absolute bargain if you want an evening out and to support the Lions. And they're available for the Pavilion Theatre box office. There will be Lions collecting after the show, and all monies raised will be used by the Lions Club for the benefit of local community and Lions supported charities and appeals worldwide. So if you've got nothing on Tuesday evening and you like to go out for a show, £5 isn't bad. And if you can afford a little bit more money to put a bit extra in their tins or buckets at the end, the Lions Club in Weymouth will really appreciate your support. Well, that's the end of the headlines tonight, and so far so good. We've got there without any issues with the technology. Now, a new screening service is being launched in Dorset to identify lung conditions much earlier and improve the outcomes for patients. The Targeted Lung Health Check is part of a national initiative aimed at diagnosing and treating lung and breathing problems before they become serious. People aged between 55 to 74 who are registered with the Dorset GP and are a current or former smoker will be invited to have a lung health check. The programme will be rolled out across Dorset over the next 2 or 3 years, starting this month in Portland. Dorset County Hospital is the lead provider for the programme, working with health partners throughout the county. We're now going to hear from Dr. Jenny Graves, who is a respiratory consultant at Dorset County Hospital.
My name is Dr. Jenny Graves and I'm one of the respiratory consultants at Dorset County Hospital, and I'm clinical lead for Targeted Lung Health Checks Dorset. I'm delighted that the programme is now live in Dorset, and some of you may have already received your invite to speak with one of our nurses about your checkup. The project will be rolled out across Dorset over the next few months, and more GP surgeries will be added. I strongly encourage you to take up the opportunity of this free health check, as we've seen from other areas in the country that if we pick up respiratory conditions early, we're in a much better position to treat them. The health checks are for anyone who is or has been a smoker and is aged between 55 and 74. It's completely free and is a simple way of making sure your lungs are in good working order. If you are eligible for a health check, you will receive an invitation letter that will give you details of your introductory phone call. It's important that your GP has details of your smoking history and an up-to-date mobile number if possible. You can also check out our dedicated webpage for more information.
There we go, that's about the new targeted lung health check. Now, the Dorset Lung Health Check service will be run by specially trained nurses from Dorset County Hospital, and appointments will take place at Weymouth Community Hospital or at Southwark's House in Dorchester. Further information is available on that website, and I'll just read that out again for you. It's www.dchft.nhs.uk/service/lung-health-check. Now, the advice is for those of you who aren't eligible for a lung health check, it's still really important to look after your lungs by being active, stopping smoking, eating healthily, and telling your GP about any of the following symptoms that are unusual to you. And here's the symptoms to look out for. It's a persistent cough or change in your normal cough, but of course not that COVID cough when we've been tested positive with COVID. Coughing up blood, being short of breath, unexplained tiredness or weight loss, an ache or pain when breathing or coughing, and loss of appetite. Now, if you have any of those symptoms, then a quick call to your GP and a quick checkup is what is advised. Now, our second piece this week is from Wayne at Everything Dorset, who we've heard from a few times recently, and he's been out a short while ago to visit South West Coast Refill in Weymouth. Now, this is an interesting business if you're very interested in reducing packaging and waste. This is a company based in Weymouth who basically will just refill you with anything from cleaning products, food, all sorts of different items to save on packaging and to save waste. And we're going to hear from Wayne's visit to them from Everything Dorset now.
Hello, this is Wayne from Everything Dorset, and today I'm in Weymouth at South West Coast Refills. I'm with the owner Emma, and she's going to tell us about her business here in Weymouth. So Emma, when did your shop open?
So our store opened in October 2019, and we started in a much smaller premises further along the same street. And before that, we actually started out as a little market stall, and we were at Portland Market, and also you could find us over the summer months over at Dorchester Market. And we really sort of set feelers out, and we did quite a big survey of local customers, potential customers, to see whether or not there was a need for the business before we took the plunge with the smaller premises there on the corner at St Thomas Street, Weymouth. And then we moved into this premises that we are in currently, and we moved in here in November 2020. And yeah, right in the middle of the pandemic, and we've been here since, and this is our store.
Fantastic. And what was there any personal reasons for opening this shop up?
Very much so. Being relatively new to Dorset when we moved into the area, we were struggling to find somewhere where we could shop locally, reducing plastics and packaging, and we really wanted to open the doors to people and provide somewhere where they could shop more sustainably as an alternative to the supermarket.
Great stuff. So what sort of products do you sell in here, Anna?
So we stock a wide range of foods that you can see behind me, from all sorts of loose cereals and loose sort of everyday essentials, pasta, grains, pulses. And we also stock a lot of zero waste products that you can use around the home, different simple swaps for sustainable items such as reusable razors and various bits and pieces like that. We also stock a load of household refillable products, everything from laundry liquid, washing up liquid and cleaning products. And we also do a range of your everyday beauty items and body washes and shampoos and conditioners as well.
Fantastic. Sounds like it's a real one-stop shop in here then. You pretty much get everything for the house.
We are a little bit packed to the rafters at the moment because we obviously have Christmas bits and pieces on the go and some gift ideas thrown into the mix as well. But yeah, the refilling is obviously gaining popularity and traction almost every day at the moment. So yeah.
Fantastic. And on the subject of Christmas, do you have anything coming up at this Christmas? You can tell us about?
This Christmas, we are really well known for already for our Christmas vegetable boxes. They get rolled out as of today. We're starting accepting orders through the website for those and in store as well, so by all means pop in and chat about Christmas veg boxes. We also have marzipan that we cut to order. That's available from the 1st of December, and we do all kinds of little bits and pieces in store. So we do things like mulling spices that we make, which you can come in and buy for cider or wine, and various bits like stuffing mixes and things that we make up ourselves. Yeah.
Amazing. And are you doing any Christmas markets this Christmas?
Yes, we are doing a Christmas market over in Dorchester. It's at Poundbury, and it's this year it's in a new location within Poundbury, but it's you can catch us there on Saturday the 3rd of December. And yeah, we're there for that event, so that's really one to pop in the diary, save the date.
Fantastic. So you also do local deliveries, and do you what sort of area do you cover with your deliveries?
So we launched our delivery service, and that sort of spawned out of lockdown. and the need was there for that, and we've continued that service. So we offer local deliveries on a weekly basis, and you can order vegetables, whole foods, or other bits and pieces for the home, and you can order those, and we deliver every Thursday evening between 6:30 and 8:30, and that's across Weymouth and Portland.
Amazing. So what's your website address if someone wants to go on and place an order?
So if you do want to place an order, you can head online, and that's at www.southwestcoast.co.uk, or you can pop us a message if you're struggling through our Facebook or social media, or just pop into store and we can happily sort your order out for you and talk you through things.
Brilliant. So you're in St Thomas Street in Weymouth?
Yes, we're at 29 St Thomas Street, and we're right outside and opposite the old Iceland store, for those who remember that. Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, it's been lovely speaking to you today, Emma, and I hope you have a very busy festive period.
Yeah, thanks very much. Cheers.
Thank you very much there, Wayne and Emma from South West Coast Refill. They're at 29 St Thomas Street, available online and deliveries through Weymouth and Portland, and looking to enable people to live more sustainably, and refills of things like rice and pulses and pasta and all those household essentials, but things like washing up liquid and deodorants and washing stuff and all sorts of things that you can buy in bulk and refill your containers. So that's good news there. Okay, it's that time in the programme where we go over to our regular contributor, Andrew Wright, for this week's film review and preview.
Welcome to Wyke Regis TV film review and preview. I'm Andrew Wright. So, this week was the home video release of the newest Jordan Peele movie, Nope. Nope stars Daniel Kaluuya, Keke Palmer and Stephen Yeun, and revolves around two siblings who run a Hollywood horse ranch in California, and they try to capture definitive photographic proof of aliens to save their ranch. Now, I decided to check out this movie because Jordan Peele's first two movies, Get Out and Us, received quite a lot of attention from critics, with Get Out being a major player at the 90th Academy Awards, with Peele winning Best Original Screenplay, so it kind of makes a film aficionado and critic like me want to check out each new film. Unfortunately, I found myself rather disappointed in the film. Yes, the directing was excellent, with the film having an exciting and expansive visual look, but I was just in utter disbelief at the script writing was just so weak and muddled that the film had no pace. You could barely tell what was going on. It made me think that Jordan Peele is just another filmmaker whose overrated first film, Get Out, will probably be the best film they will ever make. I gave this film 2.5 stars out of 5. Last week, the first trailer for the fourth John Wick film was released. The film features the return of Keanu Reeves, Lawrence Fishburne, Lance Reddick, and Ian McShane, and also features the additions of actors Donnie Yen, Bill Skarsgård, and Hiroyuki Sanada to the cast. The film features Reeves' John Wick going up against a global new enemy who has powerful alliances and the ability to turn old friends into foes, as Wick uncovers a path to defeating the High Table. The film will also feature several international locations in Paris, Berlin, Japan, and New York, as the film series continues to expand. John Wick Chapter 4 is in cinemas in March, courtesy of Lionsgate. Next week is the limited theatrical run of Glass Onion, a Knives Out mystery, the sequel to Rian Johnson's 2019 hit Knives Out. Glass Onion features the return of Daniel Craig's private detective Benoit Blanc when he gets invited to a murder mystery party getaway hosted by a tech billionaire for all his friends, only for someone to get murdered for real and Blanc having to solve the case. The film also stars an ensemble cast including Edward Norton, Catherine Hahn, Kate Hudson, Dave Bautista, and Ethan Hawke. The film has a 1-week limited theatrical run this Thanksgiving season, with both Cineworld and Odeon screening the film in advance of the December 23rd release date on Netflix. I personally will be waiting for the Netflix release date, but people should take the rare opportunity to see it on the big screen. This weekend is the streaming debut of Spirited on Apple TV+, the long-awaited Ryan Reynolds-Will Ferrell collaboration, which comes in the form of a modern-day musical reimagining of A Christmas Carol. The film also stars Octavia Spencer and features appearances from Rose Byrne, Judi Dench, and Jimmy Fallon. The film revolves around the ghost of Christmas Present picking the wrong Scrooge and finds himself questioning his own existence. The film is streaming this weekend on Apple TV+. That's all I have for this week, but be sure to check back next week where I will review Spirited. Now back to Gary in the studio.
Thank you very much there, Andrew, for this week's film review and preview. Now, following Andrew's review, I thought I would share with you a Christmas film that's to be released on DVD on the 28th of November, just in time for Christmas. It's called Boxing Day. Now, I think this was released into the cinemas last Christmas, but it's now available to buy on DVD. Melvin, a British author living in America, returns home to London for the holidays to introduce his American fiancée Lisa to his eccentric British Caribbean family. Their relationship is put to the test as she discovers the world Melvin left behind revolves around his ex-girlfriend Georgia, who is now an international pop star. So here is Boxing Day from Warner Brothers Pictures. It's available on DVD from the 28th of November.
Oh, wow.
What do you think? Don't apologise. You only ruined the world's best proposal. We could try again when I get back from London.
You're going to London during the holidays.
My agent said it's essential to promote this book.
It's the perfect opportunity for me to meet your family.
I don't even want to see my family.
Is this about Boxing Day, where your parents announced their divorce and you fled to America? London!
It's not all tea and crumpets, miserable most of the time.
Damn, Scrooge.
Melvin McKenzie, he's taking Hollywood by storm.
That's my nephew!
I fell in love with this beautiful American woman.
Can you find no British girl now?
Wow, it's Georgia for the Launch Show.
I love your music.
Merry Christmas, guys.
I wanted to introduce you to my fiancé.
Melvin!
Georgia for the Launch Show is your ex-girlfriend. She is a superstar.
It is in the past.
We've had sex to her music.
Wow, fam. It just got worse.
Do you believe in love?
Where's Mr. Hollywood with his American princess? Does he think he is Prince Harry?
Hello, son.
When you bring your ass home to see your family.
Oh, we're gonna punch his throat.
Love, relationships, all a matter of perspective.
What are you doing blowing kisses to my missus on the gram, fam?
You think introducing me is going to be the controversy of the night?
Excuse me, who are you?
Remember you said to me when you first asked me out?
Choose me.
Lisa!
We're in the best thing that ever happened to me.
It'll be all right in the end. If it's not all right, it's not the end.
Christmas is a time for forgiving.
Ouch.
Bruv, them things don't work no more.
Sorry, mate.
There we go. So that's 8 on DVD on the 28th of November. It's called Boxing Day and it's from Warner Brothers. Now let's see what the weather has in store for us this weekend and the week ahead. And we go across to the Met Office for the National Weather Forecast, which this week is presented by Greg Dewhurst.
Hello there, welcome to your latest broadcast from the Met Office. It was a chilly start this morning, particularly in the west, temperatures down to -4 Celsius, coldest night of the season so far. However, we still have a powerful jet stream moving across the Atlantic, and this is going to continue to drive in changeable weather over the weekend and into the beginning of next week too. Low pressure remains in charge, bringing wet and windy weather to many parts of the UK. So taking a look at the picture through the rest of Saturday afternoon, we do have some bright skies across western Scotland. These filter their way southwards across parts of Wales and down into the West Country. To the west and east of this, a cloudy afternoon to come. Eastern areas of Scotland, down eastern England will remain quite grey. There'll be some patchy light rain and drizzle at times. Perhaps a few lucky ones along the coast of Suffolk and Norfolk could see some sunshine later on. And rain also arriving from the Atlantic, bringing pretty wet afternoon across parts of Northern Ireland. In terms of temperatures, under the cloud, under the patchy rain, they will really struggle, 8 or 9 Celsius, so a little below average for the time of year, but in the best of the sunnier breaks we could see highs around 11 or 12. This compared to last weekend is much chillier. Last weekend we saw highs in the high teens to low 20s. Through Saturday evening, this band of rain pushes its way slowly eastwards. It does bump into some colder air across Scotland. We could see some snow over the mountain tops, perhaps as much as 10 to 20 centimetres, but it's the rain which is the focus during the early hours of Sunday across eastern Scotland. We've seen a lot of rain here over the last couple of days. Another 20 to 40 millimetres is possible, which could just exacerbate the flooding issue here further. That rain also continues and stretches southwards into eastern parts of England through the night, with blustery showers following on behind. The wind's whipping up around the coast, so not quite as cold tonight. Lows around 3 or 4 Celsius initially, but rising as the cloud moves its way eastwards. So it means a wet start across the east of the UK first thing Sunday morning. This slowly moves out into the North Sea. Brighter skies follow, but also a scattering of showers. Showers most frequent across western areas, some of these heavy at times, perhaps some hail and thunder too. But there will be some sunny spells in between and quite blustery, particularly around the coasts in the south and the west. In terms of temperatures, generally around average for the time of year, 9 to 10 across the northern parts of the UK, perhaps as high as 12 in the south. So exposed to that breeze, it will feel a little chilly. Then as we move through the evening time, we'll see further scattered showers across the UK, but they should start to ease. We'll see longer clear spells developing, which will lead to then a frost in places Sunday night and into Monday morning. Perhaps a few icy stretches across the north of the UK, where we've seen quite a bit of wet weather over the last few days. So it remains changeable, it remains unsettled over the next few days. If you'd like more information on the weather where you are, you can visit us on our social media channels. I'll see you again soon.
Thank you very much there, Greg, and the Met Office for the National Weather Forecast. And looking at what we've got coming for the week ahead, oh look, it's looking fairly familiar. Those lower temperatures are getting slightly lower, but it looks like we've had the cold spell for the time being. And down on the south coast, it looks like we will be up in the top of the single figures, but with some rain and sunny spells. Doesn't it sound familiar? There we go. We'll see how accurate that turns out to be later in the week. Now it's time to look at our What's On and see what's coming up for people locally. Well, Weymouth Pavilion, we've got Queen Rhapsody on the 26th of November, Magic of Motown on the 27th of November, and 30th of November, the tribute to Hans Zimmer and John Williams. Of course, this Tuesday, 22nd of November, don't forget the Lions Club show, 7:30, £5 a ticket, bargain. Make sure you go along. It's going to be a wonderful evening. Used to go to those very frequently with my mother many years ago and used to enjoy those. Also to say, from the 10th of December through to the 2nd of January, the Christmas pantomime will be at the Pavilion. Sleeping Beauty this year. Box office is available online at www.weymouthpavilion.com or on 01305 783 225. Now, tomorrow at the Knowth Fort is the second day of the Classified Bunker Unmasked. It's their sort of go back to the Cold War and to look at the Cold War bunker through an immersive guided tour down into the depths of the Knowth Fort. That's from, I don't know what the time is actually. Have I got the time on that? Not sure. Each tour is about 45 minutes, I think. 30 minutes to 45 minutes. So there we go. That's tomorrow on the where are we? 26th of November, 27th of November. The Mischievous Elves are back at the Fort, and on the 3rd of December, it's Weymouth Steampunk Christmas at the Knowth Fort. Now, looking at stuff in Wyke Regis, Saturday the 3rd of December in the Wyke Regis Memorial Hall is the is the concert before the fair, and then on the following day, the 4th of December, it's Wyke Christmas Street Fair when the village gets shut off, and there will be all sorts of stalls and things in the square that day, hoping for a dry day that day. Friday the 16th of December, it's Christmas concert in All Saints Church with Weymouth Concert Brass. And Sunday the 18th of December is at 6 p.m. is the church Christmas carol service. Details of those events are all on www.parishofwykeregis.org.uk/events, and there are tickets available for those as well on there. Now, Arts Reach tomorrow at Royal Manor Theatre on Portland, 7:30, is Roshni and the Soni Sabri Company. Roshni, from the Persian word, means light or brilliance. Is a beautiful, intimate crafting of dance and live music, transporting and uplifting the audience on a journey of joy. A world-class artist, Sonia and Sava Sabri, alongside an ensemble of skilled musicians, present a soul-stirring, captivating combination of Kathak dance with live music and vocals from a global palette of styles, driven by the bold rhythms of tabla percussion. That's tomorrow night, Royal Manor Theatre on Portland, 7:30, brought to you by Arts Reach. More information about that on the Arts Reach website at www.artsreach.co.uk, where you can see the full programme of everything they're doing and sign up for their programme that they will post out to you if you wish to. Church services tomorrow in the area, All Saints Church at 8 a.m. and 9:30 a.m. and St Edmunds at 11 a.m. Our other programmes this week is just our quiz tonight at 7:30. The stream will go live about 7:15, 7:20, so you can find it, but everybody's welcome to join us for that free quiz for all the family this evening at 7:30. Looking at traffic and travel now, another round of rail strikes are going to affect some services over this weekend and on Saturday the 26th of November as well, where limited services will operate between Weymouth and Westbury on the GWR line between 7:30 and 6:30 p.m. And looking the other way, South Western Railways, this weekend there's a bus replacement service between Reading, Basingstoke and Winchester. The good news is, looking at major roadworks in the area this coming week, all I can see pre-notified this week is continued work at Chaffees Avenue and the ongoing bridge works around the town centre. Now, there are other minor works going on around the area, but only these are the only ones notified that are expected to affect traffic flow. Now, that brings us to the end of this week's programme. Of course, we will be back here 6 o'clock next Saturday for our next news programme. We would like to hear from you during the week with any events that you've got coming up, any news, anything of interest to the community, and you can drop us a line 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at news@wykeregis.tv, news@wykeregis.tv, and we would love to hear from you. We are here as a community service letting you know what's happening in your community, so if you've got events or funds you're raising or anything you want to share with the community, then do let us know. Anyway, I hope you enjoy the rest of this weekend and you have a good week ahead, and I look forward to being back with you next Saturday at 6 o'clock. Good night.